what would prove to be an odd episode, Pat Sajak decided to get physical with a guest. Now get your head out of the gutter, not that kind of physical, but that would be equally strange. If you were lucky enough to tune into Wheel of Fortune mid-episode, you might have caught the host Pat Sajak tackling a contestant. In March last year, the host would certainly leave a lasting impression on fans of the game show. The 76-year-old TV legend decided he knew exactly how to spice up the show and make it a touch different than the normal ones. Speaking on the show, Wheel of Fortune star played Fred gave some details about his life, most notably that he was a professional wrestler. As well as this, he was a bar trivia host and a drama teacher, but his wrestling vocation will become more important later. Fred detailed that he isn't paid well to wrestle but does it just for the fun of the sport. It was a pretty successful night for Fred, as he won numerous rounds during the Hawaii-themed episode, with him solving the pineapple upside-down cake puzzle. After guessing countless words correctly, Sajak can be heard joking, "Well, the Fred Fletcher Jackson show continues." Fred's clean sweep meant he was able to progress to the final round with $5,700 in the bank. The two other guests could barely get a word in edgeways, and Sajak gave a hilarious apology to them, before jokingly calling Fred a brute for doing so well. "To you too, I want to say it happens sometimes. Someone just gets really hot," Sajak says. "Just because he's a professional wrestler. You want me to body slam him for you? I can do that." Fred took home an extra $40,000 after guessing the final phrase, "His mind is wandering," correctly, and Sajak, who has hosted the show since 1981, was in shock. In keeping with his promise to the two unfortunate guests from earlier, Sajak grabs and tries to tackle Fred while the audience watch and applaud. Thankfully, the hilarious moment was all in good fun, and Fred survived long enough to take home his $75,800 earnings. Before being humorously tackled, Fred flexed his biceps happily after guessing the final phrase. His father, who joined him on stage shortly after his final winning moment, stood and watched as Sajak grabbed his son from behind. "Why didn't he body slam Pat?" one fan quipped in the comments. A second viewer wrote, "Fred is a part-time wrestler, so Pat joined with his prowess," while another commenter shared, "That was a good one. The end was so funny."